In today's video, we're going over 5 vehicles that should be added into GTA 5 Online. The very first vehicle is going to be a Chevy Camaro. I really don't know why we haven't received one of these yet. We have a brand new version of the Mustang, obviously the Dominator GTX. We have the Gauntlet Hellfire, which is obviously a Dodge Challenger, but we do not have a Camaro. I believe we might have an older version, like a classic version of the Camaro in the game, but we definitely do not have any kind of modernized Camaro. And I think the ZL1 would be a beautiful Camaro to be added into the game. And then we could do some really cool drag races and just have some fun versing the Camaro versus the GTX versus the Gauntlet Hellfire. Obviously, the Challenger, Mustang, and the Camaro are the 3 muscle cars in real life. So I don't know why we don't have all 3 of them in the game. I think the Camaro is a pretty decent looking car, and I think it should just be added into the game. Like I said, I still do not know why we don't have one, and I think it should be added. Another vehicle that should be added is the Tesla Roadster. I'm not too sure why we don't have one of these in the game yet, because we do have a few Tesla vehicles, I believe, but we definitely have some electric vehicles, like the Tesseract, the Cyclone, and then also one that I can't remember the name of, but it's based off of the Porsche Taycan, which is obviously an amazing car in real life, and it looks really cool in game. I just can't remember the name. But the Tesla Roadster is one of the coolest electric cars in real life, in my opinion, and it's super fast. You know how fun it would be to drive one of these things around in races? I think it would just be a great addition in the game, even if it isn't this exact model. It could be the first edition of the Tesla Roadster. If we just get one of them in game, I think it would be really cool and an amazing and super fun vehicle. Next up is a special vehicle, and that would be the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Now, of course, we already have the Deluxo in-game, which is exactly like the DeLorean, but I think it would be awesome if we could bring it inside of Benny's or a special vehicle workshop and customize it to make it the actual one from Back to the Future. But there's a catch. Once we hit 88 miles per hour, we wouldn't actually go back in time, but we would teleport to a different location that we wanted to on the map. Now, I think that's pretty cool, just because obviously the DeLorean in the Back to the Future movies would travel back in time or travel into the future, but obviously you can't do that in GTA 5 because it just would not make a lot of sense unless they added it in a whole DLC update where you have to do it in a mission. You travel back in time with the DeLorean and then you go and do something in like the 1980s or something like that in Vice City. I don't really know, but it would be pretty cool if they did that as well, because obviously then we would get a whole map expansion and it would be something crazy that we've just never seen before. And honestly, I would love that if that was a DLC. So any Rockstar people watching, make sure you think about that. But honestly, this idea of just teleporting around the map is pretty cool. Obviously, it wouldn't be based just off the DeLorean itself because, like I said, the DeLorean in Back to the Future travels back in time and doesn't actually teleport. But I still think it's a pretty cool idea. Maybe not using the DeLorean, maybe using a different vehicle that they just made up or something like that. I don't really know. But I do think it's a pretty cool idea, and I really hope Rockstar does do something like this at some point. Next up is the brand new Lamborghini Cyan. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but it is an electric or like a hybrid supercar or like exotic car, and I think it looks sick. And Rockstar does add a lot of Lamborghinis in GTA 5 because obviously they're Lamborghinis. Everybody loves Lamborghinis. Like, most people will want a new Lamborghini in the game at some point, and obviously this one just came out, so there's a pretty good chance that Rockstar will add a vehicle just like this at some point. And honestly, I could see that happening in the next DLC update since this vehicle was just debuted. I would not be surprised if it is added into GTA Online in 2021. So I guarantee you guys we will see a vehicle that looks something like this at some point, and I honestly think it's just a really, really cool looking Lamborghini, and I would be super hyped if they did add one of these into the game. Next up is the BMW M8. Now, all BMW fanboys are about to get pretty mad at me because I think all other BMWs are pretty shit compared to this. This is literally the only BMW I would ever buy, and that includes the BMW i8, the X7, and things like that. I think this M series BMW is the nicest one they've ever made, ever. And I do plan on buying one when I'm a trillionaire, because just wait, that's going to happen, guys. But this car is so beautiful, and we really have not gotten any BMWs in this game. I believe we got one, and I'm not sure exactly what it's called. I think it's like the IC1 or something, and it's supposed to mimic a BMW i8, even though it looks nothing like it. But we really need a new BMW in this game, and I think the M8 is perfect. You guys can see I have one that's a little more customized. It does not look stock whatsoever, so this would obviously be a really, really cool vehicle to add to Benny's as well, because you could make it look really sick, throw some nice wide body kits on there, some nice spoilers, really just customize it to make it look like a crazy cool car. I think it looks epic, and of course I've talked about vehicles like this in previous videos, like how I said before, vehicles from the Crew 2. This vehicle, I don't even know where I got it from. Of course, it is a modded vehicle, but you could see that it has that really cool body kit, and I was kind of talking about that for a little update that we could do for like tuner cars. But honestly, I think this car looks amazing, and I would love to see it added into the game. Like I said, we desperately need some BMWs in this game because we have not gotten any in a while, and the ones we have currently in game just do not look that nice since they're from 2013. Anyways, that's going to wrap up the video for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you do want to see more, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Are there any other cars that you guys want to see added? Be sure to comment them down below. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.